up, roomies? And we're back with another reaction. It's your boy the other day, and I got that guy with me.
Mike on the mic. We are watching episode 6 of the Unaware Atelier Master.
And my dude Kurt.
That's how you say it.
And my dude Kurt is killing the vibes right now.
I checked it. It is Kurt.
It is
Kurt. Yeah.
It is Kurt, and not Kirk.
On the subtitles, it's definitely saying Kurt. Although it could, the light novel or manga or whatever could be saying Kurt or Kirk. I'm not 100%. But on the subs, it's definitely Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a very, I think it's a comedy.
I'm leaning towards slice of life action.
It could be all of the above. Like it's definitely the underlying genre is fantasy, but it's not a isekai.
Definitely not.
And it's definitely got some Japanese comedy.
Definitely does.
Because Japanese comedy, when you get the hang of it,
is almost dry humor.
The sarcasm is palpable. I love Japanese comedy because they nailed comedy as a cultural comedy taste. Basically, bro is OP, but he doesn't know he's OP.
Yeah.
Because he can't fight. But he's literally triple S rank at everything. Fucking thing else.
Like, bro is Stephen Hawking except without the wheelchair.
Basically. Basically.
He's Nikola Tesla without the whole getting your... Actually, no. We could see people using him.
He's
all right, Poochie.
All right. You're doing too much, King.
All right, King.
You're doing way too much. Don't let him step on the
right.
mics. Don't let him step on the things.
Yeah, I got him.
But basically, he's a demigod of literally every non-combative art style you could think of, like sewing, blacksmithing, mining,
everything.
cooking,
therapy.
Yeah,
medical,
basically
curing curses,
cooking,
curing athlete's foot.
You know,
he could garden and do other things like
gardening. Yeah,
yeah. Like Homeboy is basically a one-man construction crew that could probably do it better than any construction.
But ask
crew
him to kill a level 1 slime, and he's pussy.
Yeah. But yet again, we're debating to see if his fighting skills will differentiate once he thinks of it as a different thing.
Because in episode 4. He went up against a dragon golem, and he didn't think of it as fighting. He just deconstructed the golem.
He dismantled it.
He dismantled it, and it wasn't fighting, but he just the psychopath in his eyes just kind of went off, and he just dismantled the golem. And that chick from the adventure party, Sakura, just kind of saw him dismantle it, and she's just like, "What is he? Is he a monster? Is he a demon?" And then the other chick was just like, No.
That's just Kurt.
He's just special.
Yeah, he's just... And then the thing that I really hate is that nobody's telling him that he's the ultimate monster.
Nobody believes him.
Nobody's telling him that.
He's got some... Because he's got some severe, imposter syndrome, and he just can't process the fact that he's good at something.
Yeah.
He's just trying to do his best.
But his best is triple S.
His best is he's a god. He's basically a god in human flesh at everything except combat.
Yep.
But then when he went against those dragon golems, he sure as shit took them down.
Quick, fast. And roomies, before we actually get into the episode, this is the first time me doing this. I want to give a shout out to a couple of the roomies.
Oh, we're doing shout outs for roomies.
Yep. And the first shout out that's going to is Jason Kobolski 9293.
What's up, Jason Kobolski 9293?
You're right, and because of the fact that we've been laying joints during this reacts, this joint that I got right here, this is for you, my brother. And we're gonna shout out my dude. We're gonna also give another shout out to the roomies. That's also a co-host. Vote for Butter.
Vote for Butter.
Just because we be ripping packs.
He's sitting right there.
Literally, he's right here. But he wants a shout out, so we're gonna give him a shout out.
2K.
And we're also gonna give a shout out to Zoe.
Is it Zoe?
No, I guess it's...
Is there an E at the end of Zoe?
No, it's Xaoz. Zaus?
Let me see how that's spelled.
Zaus?
Well, if you watch this, you know
Zowzy?
We're going to go with
Zowzy.
We're going to go with Zowzy 2362.
What's good, Zowzy?
Yo, thanks for the advice. I'm going to take your advice on it, and I'm going to do my job and get it a little better, bro.
I don't know what your comment said, but appreciate the comment.
He was just basically saying that, maybe we should show the subtitles so everybody knows where.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff of that nature. we're watching this in dub, so there won't be any subtitles. But I will go with that format for the next couple of episodes just to see.
One of our hosts doesn't like the subs. He's a dub, but I am a sub purist, and we should have the subtitles for the roomies to read.
All right, so we're gonna try that format out for a little while, roomies. Yeah. Please throw in the comments if you like that format better than the previous one, and we'll get out. But shout out to you, Jason. And like I said, this joint goes out to you.
Appreciate you, Jason. Appreciate you, Zalzi.
And with that being said,
I hope you appreciate our content.
With that being said, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Share this with your friends. And we're going to get into the Unaware Atelier Master.
Altair. However you pronounce it.
Whatever the word is. We're going to get into it. Because my dude Kurt's a beast.
Yeah, he really is. Like, you always need support. You know, combat motherfuckers need support.
Yep. But he's too much of support. He's like a whole...
He's a whole network of support in one dude.
So with that being said, let's jump into this.
Yo, come on, bro.
I think I need to put this up.
We're turning up the volume.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit right now.
Though if you hold the drawing.
Oh wait, that's too loud.
Oh no, she's not gonna hold it over her head and accidentally like nuke the castle, right?
I hope not.
Because remember, he made this when he was bored, so he just threw a spell into the sword.
No, he made this in trying to contribute. Nothing happened.
Okay, so it's got to be certain conditions unlocked.
I believe so.
So there's got to be certain conditions to unlock. Maybe it's a healing spell.
It could be.
But it's probably like super OP healing.
Yeah, it's probably like an area healing spell. I don't know. Something just happened.
All right, they're still using his healing crystals as grenades against the undead. Those are the healing crystals that he made.
Well, they're not they're not healing crystals. They're just magic crystals.
Not the mana crystals. They're using those mana crystals that he created casually. As motherfucker.
And yet again, Jason, this one's for you, boy.
King, I'm gonna need you not to. Do you have an ashtray over there?
Yeah, I'll put it here so that way you can't kick it.
King, don't fucking kick it, please.
And Alicia, she's a beast, bro.
No. She's an actual like strong ass adventurer, and she's not stupid either. Like Kurt has a good team around him.
Yeah, and then the crazy thing about it is like the team that's forming around him is people that genuinely want to be around him. You know what I mean?
It wasn't like before when he had
Well, he was with like what? Flaming dragon, roaring dragon, soaring flame.
Flame of the flame dragon's fang or something.
Or some shit like that.
Something dragon.
And all of them is fucking assholes.
But all of these people are aware of his skill set, and they're just like, oh, so Kurt can do literally everything.
And then the shit about it that they're all in cahoots about not telling him how OP he is.
Well, that's partially her.
Yeah.
That's partially her because she's just like, yo, Kurt doesn't know how good he is, but we don't need to tell him. We just need to keep him safe.
Yeah.
Which is totally, like, wholesome because they're just like, yo, keep Kurt safe at all costs.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because he himself could save the nation.
He could really bring that nation forward a few hundred years.
A few thousand years.
Yo, he built a wall that purifies the undead.
Bro,
I've never even thought of that before.
Word, I've never seen that in any anime.
No.
Ever.
Even with the wrong way to use healing magic, I never even thought of that. Because that was another thing I never thought of.
Yeah, you know what? Nobody's ever thought about using healing magic as steroids.
No. But have you ever thought of using a wall and just purifying the undead with it?
No.
That's amazing. That's good writing.
Amazing writing. All I know is that if I ever get isekai'd and I get healing magic...
On your left.
You feel me? All I know is that if I ever get isekai'd, I definitely want some healing magic because I'm going to be brolic as fuck.
Well, that's why there are different job classes because not one single job class is perfect.
No,
there's always limitations.
But if you really think about it, right? Let's say you get healing magic, right? But you're not... You could literally train your ass off all day long and face none of the rest time because you could just heal yourself. So you could become S-class in literally everything except, things that you're not... That you goes against like your infinity. Your affinity.
Your affinity, yeah.
Your affinity for...
Your infinity. Like, yeah,
infinity.
I know that's not the word you were saying.
Yeah. Your affinity for whatever you have, you know what I mean? Like, if your affinity is light magic, then you may not ever be able to use dark magic. You know
Well,
what I mean?
that's definitely something Ainz talked about in Overlord when he was talking about like why it's important to have a balanced party.
Yeah.
Because job classes balance each other out.
Ooh, they going up against a demon lord.
And that's the area boss for this arc. I got your face, buddy. Imagine being a boss and bragging about how you have infinite health. Wouldn't you immediately stop right there and look for what's giving him his power?
Oh, matter of fact, no, not even.
You would just keep attacking?
No, I would look at him and say, you know what? Fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll be like, what kind of bullshit? I'll be like, you know what? You pussy. I'll be like, you a bitch.
So
like, how you out here with infinity health?
His infinity health is probably the result of...
You could definitely tell that. He's gaining power from Kirk's former...
the priest bitch.
Yeah, the priest chick.
Which isn't entirely her fault. She was tricked by the fucking... The
Bishop.
Bishop.
But she should have known better. Who would trust a bishop with grills?
That's 100% true.
In an all-gold room.
Dude had grills.
Dude had, like 24 karat magic grills.
He looked like he walked out of One Piece. He had all gold teeth.
Nah, you see the little chinito that does the grills for all the celebrities?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked like he was his apprentice for a while.
He looked like he was his star client.
That ass. He looked like he was raised in Atlanta. No offense to my dudes at Atlanta.
I mean, he's telling the truth here. It kind of looked like that.
Yeah.
But like a fat white guy who's in the church. Actually, no, that kind of makes it worse. Am I wrong?
Oh man.
He looked like a character from the show Atlanta.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Like if there was a priest in Atlanta, yeah, that would.
It would be that guy.
It would definitely be that guy.
It would be him.
Fat, white,
all gold teeth.
All gold teeth.
Probably has his own mega church.
Yep, talking to all the fly shorties. Oh man, heads will roll when he still didn't die. Jesus Christ.
Nah, he just picks up his head and puts it back on. He's just like, nah, it doesn't matter. I'm still technically a summon.
Well, the way you treated people, you deserve what's happening to you right now.
Well, nobody deserves to starve to death. No. Don't be the great demon lord. Be a Kurt.
I won't be a Kurt. We all know I will never be a Kurt.
Yeah, I know. But be somewhere in the middle. Don't be the fucking demon lord. Don't be the priest with the grills.
I won't be the priest with the grills, but listen, all I'm saying is that you're a priest.
Well,
did this motherfucker?
He just tunneled like 8 miles.
Did he just tunnel from the Altair mansion all the way to the dungeon in the matter of minutes?
I mean, he did that in about under an hour.
Yeah, I'm saying, like just miles worth of tunneling.
I mean, what we saw in the first or second episode kind of shows he can do that.
Where he did tunnel 4 miles down. No, 4 kilometers down into the earth.
I think it was like 14 kilometers or something stupid.
I thought it was 4.
I thought it was like 8.
I thought it was like 4 kilometers down. It could have been 7.
He tunneled a fair bit down.
Yeah, and then he also
filled up the hole.
Yeah, then he filled it up, and then he built a pathway tunnel through
a mountain, and then he tunneled through a mountain by himself. In under what, an hour? 2 hours?
No, that was like.
It was
like a half a day's work.
Okay, it was like 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
But he also built a functioning mine in a mountain. What?
Yo, why is Kurt this dumb? Why is Kurt this dumb? He thinks that she was the person doing all the graffiti in the rooms.
So wait. The princess figured out that it was the bishop because that was trying to assassinate her.
Yeah.
But Kurt's just like, nah, she's just a vandal.
Yeah, literally.
Yo, this motherfucker is one of the most dense. See, this is that Japanese sarcasm I was talking about, right? This is that sarcasm where it's just like, yo, they're making him so comedically dumb, but again, demigod. Remember,
bro,
he can do anything. He can create.
And then the shit about it is, I'm pretty sure his intelligence stat is triple S as well, because there's no way in fucking
intelligence, not intuition.
Yeah, definitely not intuition. Intuition is like S, not even S. It's like F class.
Because he knows random shit. He's just like, oh, that's Mithril. Oh, that's Aralkium. If you go down 2 miles and look for a little spot like this, you'll find Aralkium. He knows stuff. That's intelligence.
Yo,
It's like me
Mike,
being literal all the
Mike,
time.
please don't tell me he's about to use a mop. He used the fucking mop.
Of course he did.
How?
Because his mopping and cleaning is ranked triple S.
There's no...
His
Bro.
janitorial skill set is
Bro.
ranked triple S. He is a
Bro.
demigod of janitors.
I'm convinced he could clean away reality. I'm convinced that if he really wanted to, he could clean away reality.
He
Like,
could-
you know what? I don't like this anymore. Schwab,
He
gone.
can clean away the darkness in someone's heart.
Like mine.
Be like Kurt, bro.
Nah, definitely not. I'm more like Rimuru.
Kurt is just built. What the fuck?
Why is the princess there? No.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Oh no. She's got to hold the sword up now.
Wait, hold on.
She is so traumatized right now.
She can't be done.
No.
Lisi can't be dead.
No, the sword is gonna do
Lisi
some
can't be
bullshit.
dead.
The sword is gonna do some bullshit.
So the last 6 episodes were for nothing because she just died.
Right. No, but this anime isn't like that. There it is.
Illusion magic.
There it is.
Illusion magic.
Bruh. He wasn't even thinking when he built it.
Bro, he said that sword was a C or a D class sword.
That's a fucking legendary sword.
He made a triple S sword.
He wasn't even paying attention.
No, he was. He was trying. He said he was trying.
No, he said it was a failure. He was just like, oh, whatever, I'm such a failure, and casually crafted that shit.
He doubted himself, but he was trying to make a S-class sword.
Casually. Kurt has no idea what's going on, but he's casually destroying demons, casually helping the army fight off zombies with mana grenades, casually wiping off magic curse circles.
Not just wiping off. He mopped up a magic circle.
On your left.
He mopped up a magic circle, bro.
Quite literally.
Literally. Not quite literally. Literally.
Yeah.
Took a bucket. No, that's when he helped repair the castle walls.
He built the wall. He rebuilt the walls.
No, not the walls, inside.
Yeah, when he was away at the old party, yeah.
Yeah, he just fucking cleaned
And then ever since then, he's been looking for the Scroll King or whatever.
Oh no, there were the curse words. The other atelier, the chick with the atelier,
the curses.
she had the curse words, and Chris saw them, and he was just like, oh, let me scribble these off because that's a mess.
Yeah.
And she's like, yo, where'd the curse words go? And Chris is just like, oh, the scribbles, I cleaned them up. And she's like, what? How did you get rid of them? Those were spells. And Kurt was just like, I'm sorry, I just saw scribbles and wiped them off.
Like, in one of these episodes, they have to explain how he does it. Because I know for a fact he does everything by pouring mana into it.
Correct. Everything he
we
does.
know that for a fact.
Everything he does, he puts mana into it. But he may not necessarily be conscious of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
We don't necessarily
Wait,
know
hold
if
on.
he's conscious.
He's about to cure her curse.
Correct.
He's about to cure her curse with a fucking rice ball, with a rice bun.
Rice ball.
Rice ball? I was right the first time.
Rice triangles.
I mean, the technical term for it is onigiri.
With a fucking onigiri.
And there goes the curse.
Bow, gone.
Those motherfuckers.
Please
didn't
don't tell me
realize it.
he
The
built that
entire-
sword. Please don't tell me he built that sword.
If he didn't build the sword, then he was maintaining it, making it stronger the entire time.
Bro,
And that dumb motherfucking swordsman didn't realize it.
yo, the only thing I could say is that if the anime universe ever were to do like a clash,
See, look, now she's repentant. Now she's remorseful. Now she realizes, oh shit,
but
we
yeah,
have this motherfucker supporting us.
but look at all the shit he had to do for her to even fucking to realize that. Yo,
Okay.
my man said when I visit you in jail. He said when I visit you in jail.
I do hope they go easy on her, but she does deserve to be locked up for a little bit. But since those are the secret police that serve the short chick,
Yeah,
she's probably just going to be like, what happened? You're going to get locked up, you're going to work for me eventually, but what happened?
bro. Look at all the things. Listen, you know what?
You want this?
No, I'm good. Listen, for what just happened, that was perfect.
For what happened, that was perfect.
That was perfect. Because Kurt could have literally said, no, don't arrest her. She's all right. He could have stopped it.
He could have.
He could have just told the princess, like, yo, give her a pass. He could have.
Because he's an Atelier Master.
Yeah.
He has the same power as a noble.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know it.
You feel me? So,
That's his city.
literally his city. So, like, he could have stopped that right there. But he only...
Her. She was the one that put up the curse words. Big
Yeah.
dick chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's who I was thinking of. I can't remember her name, but
But you also have to
Doesn't
remember
matter.
the whole building serves as a barrier. He explained that.
correct. Yo.
Yo.
I'll bet he made all of that.
Yes, he definitely did. Look, he has his apron on.
He definitely does. Oh, you know what? Do you think he can brew alcohol too? He probably can. He can do everything.
I bet he... Yo, the food and booze.
He can make food and he can brew alcohol.
Remember, roomies,
This motherfucker.
if you have a large group of people and everybody's eating in silence, that means the food is astronomical. Because there's no way in hell they're going to have a group of 30, 40 men not talking shit. And they're drinking.
Oh, they have fireworks.
It had to be made by Kurt. What I told you.
Yeah.
What I told you.
I'm not
Made
even-
by him.
Not even surprised.
Made by him. Bro, he needs to stop. He needs to stop. That's it. He needs to stop. He healed the whole fucking army.
That's
It's not
common.
common. It's not common for
That's
wounds to
not
heal
common at
after a
all.
good meal.
Oh, wait a minute.
Even though a good meal will heal the soul. Who the fuck is that guy?
And that's the bishop.
Word.
So the bishop has a contract with the demon too.
Was that the bishop?
I think that was the bishop, wasn't it?
Nah, I don't think that was the bishop.
Oh,
That was
okay.
somebody else.
That was somebody else.
That was somebody else.
Somebody else has a contract with the demon.
Somebody else. But yo,
I think everybody in the entire fucking city just figured out that Kurt is special because they all just regenerated from their fucking wounds.
bro,
So they're just going to be like, okay, this is a little bit weird,
bro,
but this kid needs to be protected at all costs.
bro, bro. All I'm going to say is that I don't know. I'm just like, we're on episode 6,
Right.
right? Look at the feats that this guy has done, and he hasn't not harmed not one single creature.
He can't. He sucks at fighting.
But look at everything else he's done. Technically, no. Technically, he's done purified thousands of zombies.
But golems and undead don't count as hurting a living creature because they're not living creatures.
But you wouldn't count them. You wouldn't count that as combat. He technically took out a whole horde of undead.
He did not do any. He did not perform any combat to harm any of the undead.
But
his items aided.
But that
in
would
the
be a
existing-
trap.
His items aided the existing army in their combat against them. He created the items, and then they did stuff.
All right.
The golem, I would consider that
All right.
combat.
I'm gonna give you a quote from Oppenheimer when the nuke dropped.
Yeah.
I have become the angel of death.
No. I have become death, destroyer of worlds.
There you go. Shiva.
And now, it's Shiva, not the angel of death. Shiva
Alright.
is not the same.
Cool.
Different religion.
I gave it a Christian spin. Sorry about that. We'll keep it original.
I'm always trying to put niggas on black.
What? He's the cultured one.
I'm not cultured.
But
I don't believe in any of that shit. I think humans are animals.
all right. Well, at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
right? This man,
I don't even believe that. That's a fact.
this
Humans
man
are
right
animals.
here could probably create a nuke and just drop it. He could literally create explosives. You feel me? And he could use that for combat. He could literally create items that shoot spells for him. And that's not combat because he's just using his item.
Could he create items that could do combat for him?
Yes.
Probably.
He could probably create an Iron Man suit.
But I don't think he could fly in it. And I'll explain that why. Because this anime
Yeah.
is tiered in skills,
Yeah.
right? You see the G, F, EDCBASSSS.
How about if like in the how about if in
That,
the
right?
how about if in the next episode he just goes, okay, I'll go save her, and then he just flies off. Because it's not, possible here.
But hear me out. Simply because this world, this universe in which Kurt lives, is tiered in that format. The combat with swords, combat with spears, combat with bows.
Okay.
And then
I get it, yeah.
Right, and then all those
Roomies,
other things.
you get it too, right?
Right, and then there's blacksmithing. And it's the letter system, G, F, E, D, etc.
Yeah.
If you have A rank with swords, you're going to be a swordsman. If you have a S rank with blacksmithing, you're going to be a blacksmith.
Yeah.
He has all of his combat skills on G. Low. He sucks at combat. He cannot kill a level 1 slime, right? So even if he builds an Iron Man suit, if he gets inside the Iron Man suit, what is his combat level going to be with the Iron Man suit? What is it? No. You know what the answer is.
It's going to be G.
It's going to be G. Why is it going to be G? Why is it going to be G?
Because that's his combat skill.
Because that's his combat skill.
But hold on.
Okay.
I have a counter.
But I have a follow-up. If he builds a wall,
Iron Man suit is going to advance your combat skill.
That's what I'm saying. Wouldn't the system
No.
allow the level jump?
But hear me out. Let me follow up. Let me finish.
If I punch a wall
Right.
with nothing on and break my fingers, then I punch a wall with an Iron Man and my hand goes to the wall.
So, but that's the point. But that's exactly the point. Kurt's combat is not in actual combat, but in tower defense. So if he builds a tower that has turrets, then he's killing enemies. If he builds a tower or an item that can fight in his proxy, like a golem, that fights AI style, or even as he's been doing by creating items to help his allies fight for him, then his combat is but it's not direct. It's
Not
never
fighting for him, though.
but he's never going to be fighting direct because his personal combat skills are all on G. But if he builds an item,
he fights directly because he fought the golem.
and there's the caveat, because I can't get around that, because he fought something.
Because that goes back to my other theory. If he sees it as combat, then it's combat. But if he sees it as something else, like butchering or hunting, because we haven't seen him butcher an animal or hunt an animal
But we
yet.
saw him dismantle.
Right, I don't remember the golem. How did he actually?
He dismantled.
He dismantled it.
Dismantled it.
How?
No, he went to the
took
joints
it apart.
and just
He
stabbed
took it apart. Like he
took it
straight
apart.
up. Oh, it's weak here at the tail. Ching, and the dragon's just like, what? And then it's trying to slash at him. He's just like, oh, it's here, weak at the neck.
That was kind of
Ching.
like combat.
Yeah, so I'm
But
saying,
that's the thing.
if he sees it as combat, then it's combat. But if he sees it as something else, then those combative skills won't kick in.
They won't kick in. But if he sees it as something else other than like an actual combat situation,
Yeah.
he's just OP as fuck. But that's why it's just like, but that's not really a caveat.
But that's my theory. You feel me? They haven't fully explained how he activates his skill set because we saw him take down those iron, unless
3 of them or 6 of them, 12 of them.
Unless, hear me out. And I just thought of this. That this whole nice guy thing, right? The persona of him being super nice and ignorant and, you know, this blissful idiot.
What, he's really the Demon King?
No, and a savant that whole personality is a repression for something happening in his past.
Right.
So when he becomes a balanced person, he could also probably get like S ranking in combat. The only reason that he can't do combat is because he has trauma. So he's not only has imposter syndrome, he has PTSD.
I mean, that's usually where it comes from. Like, PTSD is really like a large root of all mental health issues.
Yeah. So yeah.
No offense to anybody, I'm saying that's part of it, you know?
Yeah, and with the grim turnaround, we're going to end it right here. Yo, roomies, you already know what to do.
This show is fucking awesome.
Deadass. Like, subscribe, comment. You already know what to do. If you comment, we always reply back. All right? Unless you say something mean, then we're just going to like it. But whatever. You already know. Peace out. Peace.